Well, we talked going into last week about how big that weekend, that trip was going to be. After last weekend, with what you guys did and what Mills did last weekend too on the same trip, kind of a really big game out here on Thursday night. Kind of a 3-game swing almost.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, when we started talking as a team, I don't know, maybe 4 or 6 games, probably at least 6 games ago, about really approaching the rest of the season, although it's a long way off, approaching the rest of the season as each game is like a 1-game tournament, and we just need to chip away. And they've continued to stay focused each game, and we lose our focus within the game. But they bring great focus to practice, to knowing their scout, to game preparations, and especially coming out of huddles. They've done a great job, and so they've continued to do that. And this weekend it doesn't get any more fun, doesn't get any better than to get to play a great team like Middle Tennessee and get a chance to play for a position to lead the conference, and that's what you want. And we'll have to play our absolute best. We're aware of that. They've got, I think, three players on the preseason all-conference, and we had 0. So we've got more than enough work cut out for ourselves.
The last time you guys faced off, that was like a lifetime ago. You guys only lost by 5, though. What's been the biggest improvements for the team since the last time you fought?
Well, our turnovers are down. We fouled a lot in that game down the stretch. We put Gregory at the free throw line quite a bit. She's too good of a shooter from a three-point line, much less the free throw line. So we can't put her at the free throw line. And we've gotten in stretches. We've gotten better on the boards. But they're the best rebounding team in the league, so that poses another challenge for the size of our bodies. And but that's what it is. It's not going to change, and we've just got to do the best that we can do and do what we do the best we can.
That game particularly, to be in that game the way you guys were with a chance to win late, only lose by 5. Since then, I think it's 8 or 9 out of 10. You guys, kind of went on that run here. Do you almost feel like maybe that game has been kind of a turning point, and that maybe the kids kind of started to see that, okay, we can kind of do this?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't think so. I think that they were confident going into that game. They were motivated. They wanted to play well in that game, just like they have the majority of our conference games. I think really maybe the turning point, we had played well in stretches in some non-conference games, but we had played poorly in some of those stretches, so poorly that we couldn't get ourselves out of the hole. And I think really the turning point was going to Rice and kind of playing well there over the course of the whole game, and really kind of managing that game better and learning how to do that. We continue to improve. We're not perfect at that, but we've continued to improve how we kind of manage the ball game throughout the course of the game. And I think that was kind of the turning point. And from that point forward, our turnovers come down. I think we've been a little bit more efficient on offense. We've shot selections improved, although our shooting percentage hasn't changed drastically. We've had individuals to improve their shooting percentage, but our team shooting percentage hasn't changed drastically. But we just continue to work and stay focused on the end of the season. This is a great challenge. It'll be a great atmosphere. It'll be a great test for us to see how we stack up against the best team in our conference.
They've kind of showed you things throughout the year, but to come back the way you guys did against UTEP in this last game, what did they show you there?
Well, that's what we talked about after the game. I was really proud of not just the winning. I mean, that was a great accomplishment. That's important, but the most important was that we didn't quit. We didn't give up. And this team has not given up before. We've come from not 19, but we've come from other deficits and gotten back in games, won some of those, not won some of those, but they continue. And we can score quickly. We can put points up on the board. And so really the focus wasn't, even in our huddle going into that quarter when we're down 19, the focus was not, hey, we've got to score. The focus was, we've got to get stops. They were really shooting the ball well. We've got to play better defense. We've got to be more fundamental more disciplined in our defense and get stops. And once we get stops and we can get scores, and then we can get into our press, and so then we can kind of get that ball rolling, that momentum rolling the way we want it to go. But it all starts with playing great defense, and so we played a little bit better defense, got some stops in that fourth quarter, and then we had some players hit some big shots.
There's not a lot of teams that can come back from 19 down, and I'm sure it's not something you want to see is just being down 19 and you guys win that game. What kind is the mindset to not keep digging these small holes and having to come up out of it, especially against MTSU?
Well, in the second quarter, UTEP changed defenses, went to a zone. We didn't do a great job of handling the zone, but we got shots. We just missed a series of layups, and we were 1 for 9 from the 2 in that second quarter, and that really kind of started that slide, because in the first quarter we scored a little bit better, and in the third quarter they really were shooting the ball well. We weren't doing a good job of staying in front of the ball. They were getting open looks, and that was just what changed in the fourth quarter. We started being a lot more disciplined on our defense and not forcing ourselves into rotations all the time. We were playing up a little bit harder, looking for deflections and steals, and not being quite so conservative, and I think that helps, and we just have to play that way. That's how we've got to play.
Patrick was saying, I mean, it seems like it's been such a long time ago when you guys played middle and you're a different team. They're a little bit different too this time in that, you know, they add Savannah Wheeler back.
Right.
Who didn't play that first game. The dynamic she adds to the challenge of what you guys have got to do here on.
Well, she brings great experience, and she can score in bunches, and she's great at getting to the free throw line. And I feel like in the first game, even though she didn't play, I felt like Gregory did a great job of kind of doing the things that Savannah does well, and she did those things. She hit threes. She usually shoots from the three-point line better than she did against us, but she got to the free throw line. That's what Savannah does. And so now, they have multiple good shooters. That's what separates, I think, Middle Tennessee from other teams in our conference. They have multiple really good, consistently good three-point shooters, and that spreads the floor out. And so and then they've got Malashka inside, who's arguably one of the two best players in our conference, and she's a tough player to guard inside because she can face up, she can take off the dribble, she can score over her shoulder, and so they've got that inside-outside combination going, which makes it tough to guard.
When it comes down, I know it's a little early because you still have another game ahead, but Saturday you don't play. It seems like it's a little bit of a break. How important is that right now? Does it fit into your schedule as well as you wanted to?
No, that's a great point, great observation, because we need this break. We're looking forward to this game, but we didn't get a break. Our break was before Christmas. Everybody else got a game in. And we were scheduled to play a game, but somehow they got changed. So we got our break before Christmas, and then we played 9 games in January and traveled 4 consecutive weekends. And so that's a tough road, and you can't complain about it. It's just you got to accept it and just persevere. And we've done that, but we're a little road weary. We're a little leg weary, and I don't doubt that the emotions will be high and the energy will be high, but we need a little recovery weekend, and that's kind of what we're shooting for, and that'll help us hopefully to be at our best or be a little bit better the last 6 games of the season.
I don't know if you kind of paid attention as much as I have, but you guys are second in the conference out of nowhere, it feels like, and you guys are 10-3 in conference. Does it feel like you guys are where you want to be, or do you guys still have that room of improvement that you're still hoping to hit?
Oh, yeah. If you're down 19 going to the fourth quarter, then you're not where you want to be. And so we've got plenty of room. We're not shooting the ball well. We're not defensively rebounding the ball very well. Our turnovers have come down. Our assists have come up. We're scoring, but we're taking we're not the most efficient team in the conference. And so there's plenty of room for improvement. Those are just some of the areas that we've talked about. And the girls are aware. We've talked about them. We talked about them yesterday before practice. We work on those things. Sometimes things take time, and sometimes they're just limitations. And we've got to work around those or work through those.
Anything else?
Nope.
I appreciate you guys.